Welcome back to Joe's Motor Venture. So, exciting day. My wife traded in her 2019 Sportster and she picked up a new bike. So, we'll talk about the Sportster for a little bit and then I'll show you the new motorcycle. So here is her 2019 Sportster 1200. It's been a good bike for her. She's put quite a lot of miles on it. She's ridden pretty long days on this thing. Quite a few 400 plus mile days, which is mind blowing to me that she did that on a Sportster. But this Mustang seat has helped her a lot with that. She's got this nice Solo Mustang. But it is time for an upgrade. So we weren't ever planning to get rid of this bike. We were gonna wait a little while and then get her next bike, but a deal kind of fell in our laps, and we got to get rid of this one to do it. But it's a major upgrade, and I think in the long run she'll be happy. She still has the R7. We just kind of agreed that with the new bike and the R7, this one probably wouldn't get ridden very often, and so she made the decision to just go ahead and pass it on. So today I'm going to strip a couple things off of it. I'm not going to show it. It's basic stuff. We're going to take the bag off the sissy bar, her camera mount, her phone mount, her little USB charger, and I think the only other thing is the swing arm bag. But everything else will stay on the bike. And then I'll show you what she's getting instead. So there it is, 2019 Harley-Davidson Road King Special. Vivid black paint, all black trim, as the specials have. This is the bike that she has been wanting for a long time. This is her favorite touring model. She's not into fairings and windshields and all that stuff. She likes the open air feel. And so she's been wanting this for a while. It came in on trade at the dealership she works at, and it was just too good to pass up. It's got just under 26,000 miles on it now. It's definitely a used bike, but you know, we got a good deal on it, and it's been taken care of. So as long as we continue to take care of it, it'll last us a long time. So this is pretty much how the bike came as we got it. That is not the seat that came with it. It actually came with a stock seat, and I'll show you over here this Lepera seat. So this is what they call a reduced reach seat, and she actually likes it. It kind of holds her in there well, but I was riding this today, and so thankfully I still had the seat that I had on my 2014 Street Glide. I kept that when I traded that in because I'm 6'2" and about 275 right now, and I don't fit on a reduced reach seat. So but we haven't really done anything to it. We did roll the bars forward a little bit. I think the previous owner was a very small guy, and so he had the reduced reach seat, and then they're 14-inch apes, but they were rolled way back. We will be changing these bars sometime in the near future. They are a bit wide for my wife. They fit me okay, but you know, we're very different sized people, so we will be changing that. But other than that, this is how we got it. Came with this windshield. I doubt she'll ever use that, but you know, we'll see if on road trips if she wants to use it. A couple things that the special comes with over the Road Glide standard, which they still made in 2019. It has the 114 Milwaukee 8 versus the standard had a 107. All black trim. You could get it in a couple different colors, but always black trim on the special. It had the stretch saddlebags, which is a cool look, especially on the Rushmore bikes. A lot less trim than the standard, but other than that, it's a Road King. It's just essentially a blacked out Road King with a little bit more power. We're going to do a couple things to it today. There's a couple things this bike needs. Like I said, we want to do the handlebars. I think we'll keep the handguards. She rode home last night and it was a little bit chilly and she said she loved them. But the exhaust is a little rough in some places. We're going to see if we can find some heat shields on Facebook Marketplace or something, but if not, I'll refinish those. The mufflers need to be refinished. They're real faded. So there'll definitely be a video coming out about just revamping the exhaust. But today I've just got a couple small things to do. Real affordable, easy little things to do. If you've been following the channel, you'll recognize these. We picked these up off Amazon. The docking hardware covers. They just slip on and off. We also have the same saddlebag latches that I put on my Road Glide. Again, off Amazon. I'm going to throw those on today. If you want a more detailed video about it, I'll link the video I made about the docking hardware covers and the saddlebag latches below. We've got a blacked out LED headlight. This thing was like 40 something dollars on Amazon. I know a lot of people are skeptical of Amazon lights, but honestly, I had a set on my Street Glide, rode them close to 20,000 miles. And the thing is, if a $40 light goes out, then you just buy another $40 light. Versus, you know, some of these name brand aftermarket LEDs are $400+ It's just ridiculous. This light comes with 3 different adapter harnesses, so this is the one that we'll need for her bike. I'm not sure what those others fit, but it comes with basically everything you need if you have a 7-inch headlight setup. We also got these mid-frame heat deflectors. We actually ordered 2 sets of these. I threw a set on the Road Glide, but I figured I'd use the new bike to show these on video. These are very affordable, again off Amazon, and they come with all the hardware you need, and they're pretty easy to install. So I'll go over swapping the headlight and the putting the air deflectors on, but the saddlebag latches, it's a pretty simple thing. Again, if you want to see that, check out my other video. We're also going to pull the heel shifter off today. She doesn't like it, I don't like it, so we're going to get rid of that. Alright, I'm going to do my best to show this. These deflectors come with a nice little instruction set and all the hardware you need. This page here is important. It comes with these 2 clips, and so if you have a 2016 or newer model, you need those clips. This being a 2019, we don't have to worry about that. But basically, this kit comes with these hex-shaped nuts, and so there is a hex-shaped hole right here on both sides that these just slip into, and they're a bit of a snug fit. Sometimes you gotta use your ratchet as a hammer and tap them in there. But that gives you your lower mounting hole for these deflectors. And then for the top hole, there's actually a threaded hole on the inside of the frame here already. This bike has the coil under the seat here, so we do need to pop this one spark plug cable out. Because that will get in the way of installing these. And then comes with the hardware you need, big fender washers. That top one is a little bit hard to get to, so I recommend getting the bottom one started and most of the way in. And there's not a lot of room to get to that top bolt on the right side. One of these little drivers like this just takes a standard, hex quarter hex bit will help you get in there. This will not fit up on that top bolt. They're both T27 Torx bits. So that's it, pretty easy to install. Obviously I got to get the fingerprints off of it. Try to get a close up in here. So there's the bottom bolt, that's the one that goes up in that hex. And then up there you can see the top bolt. And then it's just the same process on the other side. I think these are 20 something dollars on Amazon. So really cleans up the look in there and helps with the heat that comes off these engines. It wasn't too bad on my Street Glide with the Twin Cam 103, but these Milwaukee 8s run hot. The factory tune in these is very lean, and that's to meet EPA requirements, but running an engine lean makes the engine run hot, and so there's a lot of heat that comes up between your legs on these Milwaukee 8 bikes. So this should help with that, and it kind of looks cool too. So nice, easy, affordable little upgrade. All right, next up we're going to take care of the headlight. So this is, as far as I can tell, a standard headlight with LED bulbs in it, which is okay, but you know, we wanted to kind of clean up the look of the bike a little bit, so we're going to put that blacked out headlight in here, and it should give us a little bit more light than what this one does as well. So to do that, you just got to pull the screw out of the bottom, pull that ring off, and I'm going to grab something to put over the fender before I scratch up my wife's bike. Then there's 3 Phillips screws here. You don't want to mess with the Allen screws. Those are your actual adjustment for the headlight. So if you're just swapping one out, you shouldn't have to mess with those. And so we're just going to pull these 3 screws out of this little beauty ring. We're going to see if we can find one of these rings in black, because you're still going to see that once everything is together. But for the time being, I'm going to put it together. If we can't find one, then I'll probably take it off and paint it in the future. Alright, so the new light comes with a standard H4 style plug and then the adapter, so that's easy. The one thing I'm not sure is which one of these plugs is high beam and which one's low beam, because I think you can plug them in to either one. I don't think that they're keyed differently. So what I'm going to do is take a guess and plug them both in and turn the bike on. See what we get. So I think I have them backwards because everything was lit up no matter what, whether I hit the high beam switch or not. Let's try this again. There we go. I think I got it this time. Yep. So yeah, these connectors are built identical. They are a different color on the inside. One has a gray inside and the other one's black. But I'm not really sure which wire here would be high beam. So if you do this, you may just have to play with it. It's not going to hurt anything if you hook it up backwards. Just turn the bike on before you put everything back together, and test it out. If everything lights up right off the bat with the high beam switch off, then that means you have your high beam plugged into your low beam circuit. So you just swap them around and then you're good to go. Make sure that your writing is up. It has these little tabs that fit into these slots here, so really should only go in one way. So there you go, all blacked out headlight installed. Definitely looks good. It'll look a lot better once this ring is black, but for now that's what we have. All right, and lastly is pulling this heel shifter. So all you need is a 3/16 Allen. Pull that off, and then we're going to move the shift peg out to the outer part of this shaft here. So again, the 3/16 Allen. There is a nut on the bottom of this bolt, but you can just hold it with your fingers and pull that out. And then what we want to do, so we'll pull that off, and there's a washer behind it. And then this rubber sleeve. So we're going to get rid of that sleeve and put this longer sleeve on. Slide that back on. Slide your shifter back on. It's that easy. I know a lot of people are fans of heel shifters. I personally wear a size 14 shoe, and they just get in my way. I like to be able to move my foot around on the floorboard. Sometimes I'm riding with, my toes all the way up here. Sometimes I have my heel all the way back here, and so with as big as my feet are, they just get in my way. And my wife just doesn't like them. She was riding the Sportster, and she's had a couple Yamahas, an MT-07 and now an R7. She's never had a heel shifter, so she's just familiar with just using a toe shifter, and so that's what she wants. Alright, so real easy little cosmetic upgrades. We got the saddlebag latches on. It absolutely drives me crazy that Harley makes these blacked out bikes with that chrome. And then also on this bike, the kickstand is still chrome. On my 24, at least it's that's black, but I still had to replace the saddlebag latches. Just little things. I think that we may replace the gas gauge and gas cap, and maybe even this if we can, with black in the future. Got the heel shifter off, got the headlight swapped out. Well, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.